Hello and welcome everyone to the Polity Primer series of Drishti IAS. My name is Pragya and in today's episode of Polity Primer, we are going to discuss a topic that is both intriguing and interesting in nature. The title of our today's discussion is the Witness Protection in India. In our today's discussion, we are going to study firstly about who is a witness. Then we are also going to analyze why is there a need to protect witnesses in India. Then we are also going to see what efforts have been made to protect witnesses in India. Then we are also going to see the witness protection scheme. And in the end, we are going to see a practice question for your prelims examination and a practice question for your mains examination. So if I talk about the background of our today's topic, recently the Special Investigation Team constituted by the Supreme Court to re-examine the Gujarat riots case has suggested that protection should be revoked from the witnesses except one. So this brings us to the moot question of our today's discussion, that who exactly is a witness in India and why the protection of witnesses in India is of paramount importance. So if I talk about this term witness, although I am using it again and again, there is no clear-cut definition given in our statute books. So section 161 of the older CRPC dealt with the examination of witnesses and allowed investigating police officers to orally examine anyone supposed to be acquainted with the case's facts and circumstances. So if I try to explain you this term in very simple and layman terms, witness means a person who is acquainted with the facts and circumstances of the case, whose testimony is important for the courts to uncover the truth. Okay, so this section also mandated that the witnesses are bound to answer all of the questions that are put to them truthfully, okay, apart from those questions that could expose them to self-incrimination. So only those questions were exempted and the witnesses were bound to answer all of the questions that were put to them in very truthful manner. Okay. Moving forward, section 398 of the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, which has replaced the older CRPC, states that every state government shall prepare and notify a witness protection scheme for the state to ensure the protection of witnesses, as has been observed by the Bentham and as has been stated by Bentham, who is a jurist in the positive law school. Positive law school. Okay, this is a school in the legal studies of jurisprudence, but he has observed that witnesses are the eyes and ears of the justice system. Okay, and it is very important to protect their well-being if a fair and a free trial has to be ensured. Okay, because their testimony is very important and this leads the courts to uncover the truth. But what currently is happening in India, that most of the witnesses are turning hostile. Okay, so this turning hostile is a legal term, but I am explaining it to you here because it is important in this context. So what does this turning hostile mean? It means that they are going against their own party. Going against their own party, their own party. Okay, so understand that there are generally two sides in a case, the prosecution and the defense. So both prosecution and the defense are allowed to call their own sets of witnesses in the court, and you might have seen that in movies also, that a person is called to the witness box and then some of the questions are put to him and he answers those questions. So this is what exactly happens in a real court as well. There are certain people who are called from the prosecution side and there are certain people who are called from the defense side. And for example, if a witness starts speaking against the prosecution side, and supposedly that person is being called by the prosecution, then in this situation we say that the witness has turned hostile. That means he is speaking against his own party, he is going against his own party. And same is the case with the defense witnesses also. So this trend of hostility of witnesses has become increasingly visible in India. And that is why this section 398 of the newly introduced Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita states that yes, every state government should have a witness protection scheme for the protection of witnesses. Moving forward, let us analyze why is there a need to protect the witnesses in India. Okay, so protecting witnesses in India is crucial for ensuring the fair and effective functioning of the criminal justice system. As I have explained to you before also that yes, they are the eyes and the ears of the criminal justice system. The courts are largely dependent on them so that they can uncover the truth. Okay, in many cases what happens is due to the hostility of witnesses, the truth is not uncovered. It becomes very, difficult for the courts to ascertain that whether a particular crime has been committed by the accused or not. Okay, so that is why it is very essential to protect the witnesses in India. It has been observed by the Supreme Court in the Swaran Singh versus State of Punjab case that a criminal case is built upon the edifice of evidence that is admissible in law, and for that witnesses are of paramount importance. So basically they are the persons who are helping the courts in doing justice to a person, and that is why they are very important to the criminal justice system in India. Okay, witnesses play a pivotal role in the prosecution of crimes, and their safety and willingness to testify are essential to securing convictions and upholding the rule of law. There is another trend that is very frequent in India. That means the witnesses are not ready to come forward and testify. They are threatened. They are, there is a chance that they will fear for their life if they come forward to testify. They will fear for the life and well-being of their family members. They are harassed and they are mentally tortured, especially in the high-profile cases if they come forward to give their testimony. And that is why it is very important to protect them from all of the negative circumstances, from all of these threats, so that they can be assured of their safety and well-being, the safety and well-being of their family members, so that they can help the courts in uncovering the truth. There are many cases which failed due to the lack of, witnesses' testimonies, such as the Jessica Lal case, such as the Salman Khan hit and run case, such as the Asaram Bapu case, also in which was very famous in news. Also, we heard that the witnesses are being threatened, and that is why the courts are now stressing on the fact that yes, they need to be protected. Moving forward, the 14th report of the Law Commission came out in 1958 and highlighted the tribulations commonly encountered by witnesses, like difficulty in accessing courts owing to expenses, travel, time and frequent adjournments by the lawyers. So these were some of the reasons pointed out by the 14th report of the Law Commission of India in, increasing of hostility of witnesses. Then the Law Commission's 154th and 178th reports that came out in 1996 and 2001 respectively also discussed various facets of witness protection. So the Law Commission of India, the Supreme Court, everyone was recognizing that yes, there is a need for establishing a robust scheme of witness protection in India. Based on the suggestions made in the 178th report, the Criminal Law Amendment Bill 2003 was proposed, but sadly this could not become a law. This is still in abeyance. So this talked about the witness protection in India, but sadly it could not become a law. Moving forward, let us analyze what efforts have been made to protect the witnesses in India, because time and again I am saying that yes, there is a need to protect our witnesses in India. So now let us analyze what efforts have been taken from previously till date to protect the witnesses in India. If I talk about India, sadly India does not have a comprehensive witness protection law. Okay, this bill talked about the 2003 bill, which I said that yes, it talked about witness protection in India. It talked about, amending various sections of our older criminal laws such as the IPC, CRPC and Indian Evidence Act to establish a robust framework for witness protection in India. But sadly, it could not become a law. So, India as of now does not have a law specifically that deals with a witness protection. Okay. So instead, witness protection is primarily governed by various provisions within the Indian Penal Code, the Criminal Procedure Code, CRPC, older laws, and the Indian Evidence Act, which allows for measures to be taken to ensure the safety and security of witnesses. So our older criminal law had specific provisions for ensuring the safety and the security of the witnesses. But if you'll ask me that whether there is a specific dedicated law for witness protection in India, the answer is no. Moving forward, the Justice V.S. Malamat Committee Report 2003 recommended that a law should be enacted for giving protection to the witnesses and their family members on the lines of the laws in the USA and other countries. So, by comparatively analyzing the global laws, the V.S. Malamat Committee report came out in 2003, and it also said that yes, in India, we need to establish a robust law that could deal with the concept of witness protection. But sadly, till date, we do not have a specific law in this regard. The Delhi government also notified a witness protection scheme on July 31, 2015. But what happened? A positive step was taken in the year 2018 when the witness protection scheme, witness protection scheme was established by our Honorable Supreme Court of India, and this was to be a law until and unless the Parliament enacted a law in this subject. So finally a positive step was taken by the interruption of the Supreme Court in the year 2018. Moving forward, there are some inbuilt protections in law such as Section 195A of the older IPC, Sections 151 and 152 of the older Indian Evidence Act, and Section 327 of the older CRPC, like criminalizing threatening of witnesses, prohibiting parties from asking indecent or insulting questions to witnesses, and empowering magistrate to shield court proceedings from the public. But despite these laws, there is no effective shield that could help the witnesses in protecting themselves from these threatening activities. Now, let us discuss another important aspect of our today's discussion, that is the witness protection scheme. So, as I have stated before also that this positive step was finally taken in the year 2018 by our Honorable Supreme Court of India. So, witness protection refers to measures taken to ensure the safety and well-being of witnesses who cooperate with law enforcement agencies during criminal investigation. Okay, so the Supreme Court observed in Mahinder Chawla versus Union of India 2019 that witnesses turned hostile due to inadequate protection by the state and directed the central government, state government and union territories to enforce the scheme, that is the witness protection scheme, in letter and spirit until the Parliament enacts a law on it. So finally, the Supreme Court in the year 2018, as I have explained, took cognizance of the fact that yes, witnesses definitely need protection in India. And in this case, the Supreme Court was dealing with the contentious Asaram Bapu case. In Asaram Bapu case, what happened was various witnesses were threatened with their life, their family members were threatened with their lives, and their safety was threatened because they were testifying against the accused. And that is why the Supreme Court said that the time has now come to ensure witness protection in India. Okay. Moving forward. Consequently, the scheme was drawn up by the centre with inputs from 8 states and union territories, legal services authorities of 5 states, civil societies, high courts and the police, and it was finalized in consultation with the National Legal Services Authority or the NALSA. So finally, they came up with a witness protection scheme, okay, in the year 2018 after being rebuked by the Supreme Court of India. Now, let us see what are the key features of this witness protection scheme. Okay. So, the key features include identity protection. So, the witnesses' identities may not be disclosed. They need relocation facilities that have to be given to them. then it should be ensured that their identities are not coming out in the public. Media is also restrained from disclosing the identities of the witnesses. Then security measures. The scheme provides security to witnesses and their immediate family members, including round-the-clock surveillance if necessary, and they are also given police protection if it is required. Other key features include financial support as well. Witnesses may receive financial assistance to help them restart their lives in their new identities and locations. Changing identity does not mean it will change your original identity in educational certificates, in your professional life or personal life. Changing identity simply means that we are, not disclosing the original identity of the witnesses so that they can come and testify in the court without any fear. Okay. Legal support. Witnesses are provided with legal aid and counseling services to help them cope with the stress and trauma associated with testifying in criminal cases. In criminal cases, the burden is usually high. Firstly, there is a burden of adjournments. Then accused get bails in certain cases, which again is, hampering the safety of the witnesses. They get scared that, okay, he is now out on bail, he'll kill me, he'll threaten my family. So all of this happens. So definitely the witnesses also require legal support to address all of this trauma. They have to be ensured that nothing is going to happen to them. And these are the key features of the witness protection scheme that was established by the central government after the intervention of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. It has also 3 categories of witnesses based on the threat perception. So, category A deals with where the threat extends to life of the witness or his family members and their normal way of living is affected for a substantial period during investigation or trial or even thereafter. Okay, then there is category B where the threat extends to safety, reputation or property of the witness or his family members only during the investigation procedure or trial. Okay, then there is category C where the threat is moderate and extend to the harassment or intimidation of the witness or his family members, reputation or property during the investigation process. So, threat is also categorized into 3 levels, category A, category B and category C in the witness protection scheme. So, how will you claim this protection? You will firstly file a application that yes, I am being threatened, I am being intimidated. Then there will be threat assessment by the police. They will submit a report and then you will be given protection under the witness protection scheme. What are the challenges that is being faced in the implementation of this witness protection scheme? Firstly, there is no knowledge about this scheme. There has to be awareness created for this scheme. Then there is a financial burden. Then you have to change identities of the witnesses, which is not an easy task. Then even after all of this, the witnesses are threatened. The accused come to know about them. So this should not happen. Their identity should not be revealed. Okay, they should not be put to media trials. They should not be threatened, etc. So these are the challenges in implementing this witness protection scheme in India. Financial, legal challenges and all of this, that even after changing the identities, they often, the accused persons often come to know about the witnesses. Okay, so all of this should be stopped and the witness protection scheme should be implemented effectively in India. With this, we come to a conclusion of our today's discussion. We have seen who are witnesses. We have also analyzed that why in India the witnesses are turning hostile. Why are they so fearful of speaking the truth? And we have also seen that India does not have a specific law that enforces witness protection apart from the witness protection scheme that was created by the Honorable Supreme Court of India in the year 2018. And we have also analyzed that yes, we need to implement this law strictly. We need a robust framework, robust, institution that deals with the witness protection effectively. Now let us discuss a practice question for your prelims examination. So the question is, consider the following statements. Your statement number 1 is the witness protection scheme was evolved by the Supreme Court in the year 2018. Your statement number 2 is the scheme provides for identity protection and giving a new identity to the witness. Which of the following statements are correct? Your options are: option A is 1 only, option B is 2 only, option C is both 1 and 2, and option D is neither 1 nor 2. Kindly drop your answers in the comment box below. Now let us analyze a practice question for your mains examination. So the question is, examine the opportunities and challenges related to the witness protection scheme. Firstly, you will write about who is a witness. You will write the witness protection scheme, the need for having a witness protection scheme. Then you will write the key features of the witness protection scheme, as I have discussed in my discussion today. Then you will write the challenges, that yes, it is financially not feasible. There is still a lack of awareness. There is still a lack of legal support. So you will write all of this and you will conclude holistically that yes, we have a certain framework for witness protection in India and we need to implement it effectively so as to protect the witnesses during a criminal trial in India. I hope this session was insightful for you. If you have any feedback regarding this session, kindly drop it in the comment box below. If you liked today's discussion and found it to be helpful, kindly like the video and subscribe to our channel for more such updates. Wishing you all a very happy and a prosperous new year. Thank you.